Welcome back to another episode. Ryan and Kevin here today, and today we have on the 11th ranked bantamweight Rob Font, who fights Marlon Moraes next weekend. Rob, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We're doing
I'm
great,
good.
man.
Thank you for coming on the show. And I know the fight is very close now. So how you feeling? Getting prepared and everything.
I feel great, man. The weight's good, no injuries. I'm excited. I finally finally get back in the cage. So yeah, man, everything's smooth. Just gotta go out there and beat this kid up.
Yeah.
All right. So it's been about a year now since your last fight, and we all know you had that injury. How excited are you to be back? Like you're just saying.
Yeah, man, super excited, bro. It's been too long. I've been watching everybody fight and sit on the sideline. Always sucks, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, I'm excited to get back.
Yeah, so you had this knee injury, and I remember watching some of your interviews, and you said it happened in the Ricky Simone fight. Now, when did it happen? Cause you finished that fight, and how bad? Did it hurt at all, or no? Cause you were in the fight with
Um,
the adrenaline.
Yeah, so I knew something was wrong. It was like so it actually happened the second round towards the
Wow.
end of the round. So like maybe like 45 seconds left of the second round, and then had to go through the third round. But it definitely, I knew something was wrong. I couldn't tell if it was torn or not. But I knew something was wrong. It wasn't given out, obviously, except for maybe twice in the third round. No, I'm sorry, once. Sorry. Once in the second round. I'm sorry, once in the second round, and then another time in the third round. Kind of wobbled a little bit, but it
Yeah.
wasn't enough to kind of like obviously stop or not fight anymore. And then once I got done fighting, though, the minute I got into the back room, started seeing the doctors, felt like somebody just took a bat and just beat me over beat my leg up with the bat. But yeah, no, it is what it is. We got through it, and you got paid that night, you got the bonus, so I can't complain.
Yeah, it's crazy how you see some of the fighters like yourself. Like last year, I remember Macy Barber. She messed up her knee in the first or second round. She finished
Yeah,
the
that
fight.
was bad though.
Yeah,
Her leg couldn't even. It was not stable at all. She had a yeah, it was bad.
yeah,
So I definitely wasn't that bad. But you saw she kept going too. Like it's weird. It's like a pain, but it's not that bad. So it is what it is. Especially when you're in that moment and the adrenaline's going. Like something's wrong, but it's not the worst until obviously once that adrenaline wears down, then you feel it all.
yeah, definitely. Well, I'm glad to hear your recovery as well. We're happy to see you back next weekend. And now
Appreciate
you're
it.
fighting Marlon Moraes next weekend. We cannot wait for this fight. Going to be a great fight. Now, when did this fight get talked about? Because Marlon recently just fought. I think it was in October, September, something around there. So when did that all start to get talked about and everything?
Honestly, so I think I don't know exact date when he lost, but he lost to Corey Sandhagen, and then maybe 2 weeks after that, we got the call.
Oh,
So we're like, for real? Like, hell yeah, we'll take this fight, of course, man. Like coming off a knockout loss, the number 11 guy fighting number 3 guy. Of course, let's do it.
definitely. Yeah.
So, did you get to watch Marlon's last fight? And if you did, what do you think about it? And also, how do you think you match up with him?
I think I match up great with him. You saw when he fought Sandhagen, the longer guy, the busier guy. I can mimic that type of style.
Yeah.
We kind of put the blueprint out there how to fight long and rangy and kind of move your feet a lot and not really sit there for him to kick. And then you also saw the Henry Cejudo fight when he pressured him. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely ways to beat him. I'm not gonna bank on that. I'm expecting him to come back, brand new. I know when I lost, I always came back better. So I'm assuming he's gonna be better. I'm assuming he's gonna be,
Yeah.
on point, fixing little things that he had to fix. But there's different ways to beat him. But we'll see.
All right. And so say December 19th, you go out there, you get the win. How do you see yourself getting it done? And what do you, how long do you want to take time off, or do you want to get right back in
Um,
there?
in a perfect world, I get in there, knock him out by the second round, get out,
Yeah.
get back home, eat a little bit, help Calvin Cater get ready for his fight, and then say March. Try to
Okay.
Yeah.
get back in there around March.
March, yeah. So like, where do you like think a win puts you? Like he's ranked 3 right now. So say you win, you're probably ranked 3, but you got TJ Dillashaw coming back in January. The title fight just got canceled, but I think they're trying to rebook it for February, I'm pretty sure. Now, what do you like? Where do you think this puts you? Maybe number 1 contender against Corey Sandhagen, title shot if something fell out. Like, where do you see this?
Exactly. So I'm thinking you said it. You said it perfectly. I'm thinking bigger name like a TJ Dillashaw, number 1 contender fight with obviously Corey Sandhagen, and you never know, man. Like with the UFC and injuries, and if that fight doesn't get booked, like I'm pretty sure Corey to get the call first, but you never know if I get that call as well. Like I'll definitely jump in there and fight for that belt. But regardless of what it is, it's all good options. You're either talking Corey Sandhagen, TJ Dillashaw, or fighting for a belt. So I can't complain. I just got to go out there, stay focused, get this job done, and everything will work itself out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey Rob, I want to ask you a quick question. So, how do you feel about TJ Dillashaw coming back into the rankings after getting handed a 2-year suspension from USADA? Like, do you think they should put him in the top 5 already? Or you think he needs to work his way back?
What is he in the rankings already?
Not yet.
No, but soon.
Is
They're
that
talking
they're
about they're
planning
gonna
on
put him in
putting him
soon.
into the rankings?
Yeah.
Did they kind of like give a number? Did they say like
No,
is that
I was just reading some article and they said they're gonna put him back in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's because again, like obviously he caught cheating. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
and, you get caught cheating. In some sports they don't even let you back. So it is what it is. It's tough, man. For me personally, I would want him to be in the rankings again because I want that name. So I wouldn't mind that name.
Yeah.
But I can understand why somebody would be pissed. I can understand why the fans would be pissed. I can understand why other fighters would be pissed. But again, I want that name. I got to get in there and fight these big fights and get these names. So, in a perfect world, I go out there again, put Moraes out, and then get a big name like Corey Sandhagen or obviously TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah, like how about that bantamweight division? It's like stacked. I think personally, it's the most stacked division in the UFC right now.
Stacked, definitely. They're all tough fights. It's from the again number 1, the champion to Dominic Cruz at the end. It's all legends and big names, and so.
Yeah. So one of the other things I wanted to ask you, you and Calvin Kattar, obviously, if the viewers don't know, they're teammates, New England Cartel, and you both got fights coming up. Big fights. Now, New England Cartel right there. Now, does this help a lot in training because you're both preparing for fights? Like, how does that help?
Yeah. So we're definitely it definitely helps a lot. Regardless, even if he wasn't fighting, he's a huge help. But
Yeah.
That when we're both peaking at the same time, we're both dieting at the same time, we're both obviously in camp. It's just so much easier for the team, for my coach Tyson, for even for my girl. Like it's so much easier for everything. It just sucks when I spar him, man, because that dude hits hard.
Yeah.
So it's like damn. But besides that, yeah, no, it's smooth. We when we fought in Boston, it was like it really how do I say, like we really like, all right, we got to do this more often. We fought, everything worked out. It was a perfect night, and I feel like obviously we're not fighting on the same card, but we're similar, so we're gonna kind of get that same feel. Again, like I said, my plan is to go out there and put Marlon Moraes away and get right back to the gym to help him out. So
Definitely.
Awesome.
Sweet.
So this is your fight with no fans, correct?
yes, sir.
All right. So how do you feel about going to the octagon with no fans and you hear their corners, everybody? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so I was fortunate to go out to fight week with Calvin on in Jacksonville, and then in Fight Island. So I got an idea what it's gonna be like. I think the most awkward part probably just be the walkout. But right after that, once you get in there, man, you can tell it's just another day. It's especially maybe the walkout in the first 30 seconds could be a little awkward, but after that, you get hit one time or you kicking one time, it's just another day. You get right back to doing what you do.
Yeah, you said it doesn't matter to you, but the fans surely have some effect, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Like that energy, you can't replicate that energy. It's different. It can go good. You can either take the energy and not do as well, or just rise to the occasion. So, but saying we've been sparring with nobody in the gym, super quiet, super awkward, and
Yeah.
it is what it is. Like, a fight's a fight. Like, you break out into a fight in the street, you're not worried about who's watching or anything. I feel like we
Yeah.
naturally, once we get there, it's just gonna be another fight.
Yeah, and also on top of the no fans, you're gonna be fighting in a smaller octagon, the 25-foot octagon. Is there any difference you think in the smaller octagon, or you think it's still gonna be
It's
same?
it's a little easier to get pushed against the cage. So I guess you could say it's a little easier to get takedowns.
Yeah.
A little easier to cut the cage off as well. I actually fought in that cage against Matt Schnell at the Palms. So I've been in there one time. In the local scene, they're even smaller. So I've been in a small cage before. There's pros and cons to it, but I'm not overthinking that.
You think we're gonna see more wrestling from you in your next fight?
Maybe. I don't know. I kind of go with the flow. Again, like, if the opportunity's there, I definitely would take it.
Okay.
And I won't be surprised if he's shooting as well.
Man.
I feel like most people come off of losses and they just try to well round their whole game, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's shooting. Again, don't be surprised if I'm shooting as well, and turn into a grappling match. But my main goal was to get in there, knock him out, and get that bonus.
All right.
Yeah, and another thing that I wanted to bring up. So this next year, like I was saying, a big year for New England Cartel. You got a big name fight next weekend. Calvin Cater's fighting Max Holloway in January. How great does it feel to hear all that?
It's huge, man. It's huge. It's all the hard work is finally paying off. The team's coming together. Well, we getting big fights. And we just got to go out there and capitalize off this, and it's only going to get bigger and better from here.
Now, will you be cornering each other for both your next fights?
Yeah, so he'll be out there with me, and I'll be out there with him as well.
Okay, all right. And now, last two things here. Obviously, we were just talking about this before, though, but like TJ Dillashaw, like you win this fight, you think that could be potentially a matchup, you and him? Like, how do you feel about that potential matchup right there?
I like it. Obviously, he's a champ. He was a former champ. He won a lot of fights. It's a tough matchup, but like, who isn't a tough matchup in that division?
Yeah.
So he just has that name, and I think that negative publicity he'll probably get from coming back and getting all that will only help me. So here's what it is. I'm not like, I don't like hate the dude or anything like that, but I think like that'll be a huge fight for me.
Yeah, and if you when you win this fight, like you have so many different options. I feel like anything really.
Exactly, there's options, all good options. I just gotta stay focused and get through this one, and then again we'll figure out what we're doing from after the fight.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So last thing here. So we like to get a lot of predictions from the fighters that we interview. So we saw about, what was it, a week and a half ago, we saw Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul, and then Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. How do you feel about those type of boxing fights, like in general, like the money, having Tyson
it's
and
tough.
Roy?
It's tough to watch, like legends like that go at it. I'm just glad none of them got hurt. I'm glad they got paid, but it's definitely tough to watch them do that. The Jake Paul situation, it's just entertainment. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's cool. But yeah, I don't think it kind of hurts the sport, I guess, of boxing. But then again, like I think boxing's more about entertainment anyways now. So it's kind of like just following the lead. Watch how many people watch this next Jake Paul fight versus Mayweather. I guarantee that's going to do crazy numbers, and you think like he shouldn't even be in there, but it is a business at the same time. And Mayweather's one of the best at marketing. Jake Paul's decent at it too, so it's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to watch. I'm trying to see how Mayweather finishes this fight, but yeah. I mean,
that's what you think. That's your prediction. You think Mayweather finishes him?
Oh yeah, of course. He's gonna batter that kid.
Yeah.
He'll probably carry him for like 3 or 4 rounds, and he's gonna put him away. Same, similar. Now I'm gonna say similar to how Conor did. It's different, man. It's different in there when you're boxing like that. It's a whole nother ball game, and then you're doing it with the best defensive boxer. So imagine you throwing everything and you're missing everything. That's what Mayweather does, and it's tiring when you're missing a lot of shots. And obviously, he doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the knowledge as Mayweather does, and you know, you're dealing with a master out there. So, you know, obviously anything can happen. There's a fight, but come on, man. You saw what Shane Mosley did to him, and like I don't see that happening. Everybody's gonna tool this
Yeah.
dude.
Could you
But then
imagine?
again, like I said, I think Jake Paul's gonna lose, but win at the same time, you know. So if
Could you
that makes
imagine?
sense, you know, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna have a lot more following. He's gonna, you know, he'll probably capitalize off this loss.
Yeah, like, could you imagine the scenes if Floyd Mayweather's first loss comes to like a YouTube star? Like, how crazy would that be?
Bro,
That'd be
imagine
insane.
that rematch though. Imagine that rematch. So,
Oh,
you know, so
it'd be
it's crazy.
crazy. Yeah, well, man, thank you so much for coming on. We're so excited to watch you fight December. So would you like to thank any sponsors? You can shout out any social media. Floor is yours.
Yeah, man. First of all, thank you for having me on. If you want to follow me, Rob_Font on Instagram, Rob S Font on Twitter, Rob Font on Facebook. If you can, please go check out that New England Cartel website. Links in my bio. And yeah, man. Thanks again, man.
Thank you for
All right,
coming
thank you
on
so
the
much
show,
for
man.
coming on, man.
Good luck
Good
next.
talking
Appreciate
to
it.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good one.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys follow us at KSMMA on Twitter and Instagram, and also check out our YouTube channel, KSMMA. That's where we post all these interviews, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.